Let's talk to business people with different points of view. Margaret Wood is an award-winning scientist and business founder and member of the Institute of Engineering and Technology. She thinks Britain would be better off remaining in the European Union. And Pasha Khandaker, who's the president of the UK Bangladesh Caterers Association, who's worked in the UK curry business for 33 years. He thinks Britain should leave the European Union. You're an immigrant yourself. You came to Britain from Bangladesh in 1979. Yes. How concerned are you about the levels of immigration in Britain?
I'm very much concerned. Immigration in general, if you say, is fine, but I'm very much concerned about the European Union immigrations.
So you want to leave the European Union because you think Britain would be able to have reduced levels of migration from the EU?
Definitely, because, like we just listened, that's nearly about 3 million people coming from the European Union.
By 2030, according to the Treasury, yeah.
If it is 300,000 people for the last 1 year, I can see, because I live in Kent, and most of the people coming that way, I can see how it's affecting my business, how it's affecting my standard of my life, daily life. And I believe that if we are coming out from the European Union, not only economic side only, the immigration side, we can control it nicely, and we could have a better life without European Union immigration.
Okay. Margaret, what impact do you think there would be on levels of migration if Britain voted to leave the European Union?
You're absolutely right, Victoria. Immigration is such a contentious issue. I think it wouldn't make any difference. People will still come to this country. Pasha came to this country and made a huge success out of it. We've just had the President of the United States who has come to this country, whether you agree with him or not. The United States of America was largely built up on immigration. A lot of people coming from Europe as it was and going into the United States, being successful and building an economy that is #1 in the world at this moment in time.
Do you not think the levels of net migration to this country are too high at the moment?
No, I think what we're finding is that people coming in. I work a lot with the Institute of Engineering and Technology. We have a shortage of engineers, of people wanting to work in the engineering and manufacturing industry, and we have some really skilled people wanting to come and contribute into the economy of this country. I mean, we've got the wonderful Crossrail here. Engineering provides such an important part of the UK economy, and sometimes it's overlooked. We focus our attentions around the service industry, the banking industries, but we need our engineers. We need to create the infrastructure.
And why can't you get skilled engineers from somewhere else in the world?
We can, but we're in a club. 43 years ago, we voted to go into the European Union. I, Victoria, was sceptical. I've seen the difference. My business is up in Yorkshire. I've seen that the EU has made a difference to Yorkshire in terms of regeneration. We lost a lot of the traditional industries, and with that there was a lot of unemployment. What we're seeing is the North starting to regenerate itself, and indeed our Prime Minister talks about the Northern Powerhouse. Now then, we need that investment back in. Give us the tools and let us do the job.
Okay. Am I right in thinking that you say you're concerned about levels of immigration in this country, but you would like more immigrants from other parts of the world, i.e. India and Bangladesh, because there's a shortage of chefs in Britain's curry houses?
Exactly, Victoria. What I was saying, I'm a great Margaret. I'm a son of immigrant. My father fought the Second World War. And I'm proud to be an immigrant, and I'm proud to contribute in this country. Look at this unfair immigration policy. Britain has got 12,000 curry houses. We contribute £4.2 billion to the British economy. We create millions of curry lovers.
Right, but why can't you get the chefs from India and Bangladesh? Because they can't get visas.
Because of the European Union.
It's linked to the numbers we've got from the EU.
Too much migration pressure.
But the last lot of net migration figures show that we had more immigrants from outside of the EU than from inside the EU.
Now, I think what at the moment is going on, which is not right. The figure is not right. If you look at the immigration policy, if you look at the unfair policy, think about as to get hold of a chef from abroad, you need to pay him £40,000.
Right.
He got to speak English. Even if I got married in Bangladesh, my wife wanted to come in this country. She got to speak English before she come in this country. I'm a British citizen.
Right.
My son born here. If my son does the same thing, it's happened to him. We are employing so many European Union people in our current industries. We're finding problems. They don't adjust to this culture. They don't love to work in this industry. The language problems, many problems they're facing. My question is, like here in Kent, the GP service, we are using at the moment. If you want to book it, GP, it's about 3 to 4 weeks backlogs.
And that's because of the number of immigrants.
Definitely is
Do you
because of the
accept that, Margaret? The pressure on there's two big reasons that people say we need reduced levels of immigrants in this country. Pressure on infrastructure, school places, GP services, hospitals, and also the fact that the numbers of EU migrants end up depressing wages for British people.
No, I think we have a minimum wage, and I would agree. You cannot build an economy on cheap labour anymore. It's got to be high tech, and that's where the Institute of Engineering and Technology come in. You know, we need to bring in the people that are going to make the economy, you're going to evolve it and going forward. But no, I don't agree.
Do you accept, which is what the Leave campaigners say, do you accept that the only way to control immigration to Britain is by leaving the European Union?
No, we too often blame the EU. It is about our own government controlling our borders. You can still be in the EU.
We can't really control the numbers of people that come from the European Union because of the principle of freedom of movement.
There's a free, absolutely right. There is it's part of the European Union is the free movement of labour. But by the same token, British people can go to the EU and work there. I have a lot of people and a lot of friends that actually work in the EU from Brussels, and we go down to Portugal a lot. And there's
Margaret, it's a very small island. Can we accommodate all those people? We're inviting them.
Tell them to come north.
No, listen, Margaret, I don't mind. I don't mind to see thousands of European good friends coming and working with me. But I don't want to lose my right. I don't want to be in the queue for housing for 5 years. I don't want to see my businesses suffering for a skill shaft, for an unfair immigration policy.
Were the British people saying that about you and your family and colleagues when you came to Britain in 1979?
No, definitely, because we had enough space.
Okay.
And the British need us to be here.
Okay.
And we contributed properly. And my father was a Second World War fighter. He came to fight in this country for this country's liberation. I came here to join my father to build this economy.
All right. Thank you very much for coming on the programme. Pasha Khandaker, who's president of the UK Bangladesh Caterers Association, thank you. And Margaret Wood, thank you. Award-winning scientist and business founder and member of the Institute of Engineering and Technology.